It's a good idea for people to get an animal physical, and it's even more important for animals as well. The London Zoo hosted its annual weigh-in for thousands of its animals recently, enticing the creatures with food to get their measurements. The documentation process is an extensive and time-consuming exercise for the zookeepers, but a crucial one, say zoo officials. VOA's Julie Tabo has more.
In what could be a scene from a movie about Noah's Ark, animals at the London Zoo are getting weighed and measured to make sure they're in optimal health. From Elish the giraffe that weighs 836 kilograms and stands just over 4 meters tall, to a West African giant land snail that weighs about half a kilo. It takes many hours and zookeepers to get the job done, but it's important to make sure the animals remain healthy, says zoological manager Mark Hobbin.
It's really important for us because weight is such a good indicator of health. It enables us to make any dietary changes that we might make and also make comparisons to, for example, a squirrel monkey in another zoological collection. Are our animals at different weights to them? If so, why?
The process has other benefits as well.
We can identify pregnancies. We can identify whether or not, for species like penguins, which are going through a molting period, are we giving them enough food to make sure that they're molting out all their feathers quickly enough and growing them again. So it's really important.
The weighing and measuring of the animals is used to keep the zoo's records up to date, and it isn't always an easy process. While the resident squirrel monkeys struggle to stay still for long, JJ the Sumatran tiger, who last weighed in at 135 kilos, failed to grab hold of the scales and place for him on the first attempt.
The trickiest part, without a doubt, is working with multiple animals in large enclosures. I think squirrel monkeys is probably one of our best examples. We've got 16 animals in here. We've got a set of scales. Trying to have one squirrel monkey on the scales and not 16 is really challenging. So making sure you're not double counting as well is really hard. So we're working with microchips to ensure that we're not double counting each of the animals, but very tricky.
The data gathered from the measuring endeavors is shared with zoos around the world to help improve care for captive endangered species.